Imagine this for a moment. What if everything you struggle with, every fear, every self-doubt, isn't just an obstacle to overcome, but actually a map leading you to your true purpose? What if the very things you try to avoid are the exact keys to unlocking who you really are? Think about it. What if the path to discovering your identity and life's purpose lies in the parts of yourself you've tried to ignore, suppress, or even deny? Today we're diving deep into one of the most transformative concepts in both psychology and philosophy, Carl Jung's theory of the shadow. But this isn't set just about abstract theory. It's about uncovering real, profound truths that can reshape your life. By the end of this journey, you won't just understand your shadow. You'll realize how it holds the secret to your purpose, your potential, and ultimately your freedom. And trust me, the final insight we'll uncover is one of the most powerful, life-changing revelations you may ever hear. One knew Carl Jung, a pioneer of depth psychology, believed that the shadow is the unconscious part of ourselves we reject or disown. It's made up of traits, desires, and aspects of our personality we label as unacceptable or shameful. But here's the twist. Within this shadow also lie the seeds of our greatest strengths and the blueprint for a truly fulfilling life. Pause and reflect. How often do you avoid certain thoughts or emotions because they make you uncomfortable? How often do you judge others only to later realize you were seeing a reflection of yourself? If you've ever reacted strongly to someone else's behavior, there's a good chance they've touched a part of your own shadow. Jung once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." So, what is your shadow trying to tell you? The shadow isn't just darkness, it's raw potential. It's the energy we've buried because we were too afraid or ashamed to face it. Take a moment. Are there parts of yourself you keep hidden, even from yourself? Maybe a fear of failure, a buried anger, a dream you've deemed impossible or wrong. What if these aren't flaws, but messages waiting to be understood? Carl Jung believed that by confronting the shadow, we can integrate it into our conscious awareness, a process he called individuation, becoming whole. This journey takes courage, honesty, and a willingness to face the unknown. But the rewards? Immeasurable. Jung described individuation as the path to discovering who you truly are, not just the mask you wear for the world, but your full, authentic self, light and shadow. Consider this. Every hero in mythology eventually confronts their own darkness. Think of Hercules, not only battling monsters but facing his own inner rage. Think of Luke Skywalker, who had to confront the darkness within before becoming a true Jedi. These aren't just stories. They stir mirrors of our own inner journey. So I ask you, are you ready to take that first step? Are you willing to face the parts of yourself you've been running from? And ask, what are you trying to teach me? Jung's philosophy teaches us that the shadow is not an enemy. One serves as a guide. It whispers through your dreams, your fears, your relationships. Have you ever had a recurring dream, or felt drawn to someone or something for reasons you couldn't explain? That could be your shadow reaching out. The journey begins with awareness. Pay attention to your strongest emotional reactions, those disproportionate, intense feelings. These are often clues to the parts of yourself you've hidden away. Next comes acceptance. This doesn't mean acting on every impulse. It means acknowledging these parts without judgment and understanding their role in your inner world. Imagine how liberating it would feel to no longer fear your flaws, but to use them as tools for growth. Imagine the confidence and authenticity that could come from embracing your whole self. In the next sections, we'll go even deeper. You'll learn practical steps to identify and integrate your shadow, and discover how this can unlock your life's purpose. And remember, the most profound insight is still to come. So stay with us, because by the end of this journey, you'll have a roadmap, not just for understanding your shadow, but for using it to shape your destiny. If you're finding this fascinating and want to explore more ideas like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive like this. Let's keep going. Let's uncover the extraordinary potential that lies within you. Let's dive deeper into the mysterious world of the shadow and unravel how understanding this hidden part of yourself can bring peace, purpose, and power. Carl Jung didn't just theorize about the unconscious, he lived it. He used journaling and dream analysis to explore his own inner world, and he encouraged his patients to do the same. Why? Because dreams offer a direct line to the unconscious. So ask yourself, have you ever had a dream about a person, a place, or even an event that seemed oddly meaningful or kept repeating? Pay attention to those symbols. They might be your unconscious trying to speak to you. What message might your inner self be trying to deliver? Now, let's consider the transformative power of integrating the shadow. Dilemma 1. Imagine a painter who refuses to use dark colors in their work. Sure, the painting may be beautiful, but it lacks depth, contrast, and emotional truth. But when the artist uses both light and dark, the canvas becomes a masterpiece. That's what embracing the shadow does. It brings depth to your life. Integration doesn't mean acting on every dark impulse. It doesn't mean letting your shadow run wild. It means understanding and accepting these hidden aspects as part of your humanity. This kind of acceptance fosters compassion, not only for yourself, but also for others. Because here sits the truth, we all carry a shadow. And this shared experience, it connects us on a profound level. The journey to embrace your shadow isn't a one-time breakthrough. It's a lifelong practice. It requires patience, courage, and a commitment to self-growth. But the payoff? Clarity, peace, authenticity. Here sips a powerful insight. Your purpose isn't set just about you. Jung believed that your individuation, your journey toward wholeness, contributes to the collective unconscious, the shared human experience. When you align with your true self, you don't just transform your life. You inspire others. You elevate those around you. Your healing becomes a ripple effect. In the next section, we'll explore how to bring this work into daily life.
To learn.
How to recognize your emotional triggers, how to communicate with your shadow, and how to use shadow work to improve your relationships, boost your creativity, and align with your deepest purpose. Ready to make your life the masterpiece it was meant to be? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next chapter. The most profound truth is still ahead. Let's continue. As we go deeper into Jungian philosophy, we now focus on applying the insights of shadow work to everyday life. Understanding your shadow is just the beginning. True transformation happens through integration. This is the bridge between awareness and action, where you begin to weave your hidden parts into the fabric of who you are. The first step? Radical self-honesty. It means looking at yourself without filters, without excuses. It means saying, yes, I feel jealousy. Yes, I sometimes judge unfairly. Yes, I've been avoiding this part of myself. But here sits the key. Self-honesty isn't said about judgment. It's steps about awareness. Think of it like cleaning a cluttered room. You can't reorganize until you admit there's a mess. In the same way, you can't integrate your shadow until you recognize it. Start by observing your emotional triggers. Next time you feel an intense reaction, anger, fear, or even excessive admiration, pause. Ask yourself, why am I reacting this way? What does this situation reflect about me? Am I projecting something I disowned? Let's say someone's confidence irritates you. Could it be because you've buried your own desire to be seen? Is their boldness triggering your hidden insecurity? These aren't set random emotions. They stir invitations to know yourself better. Yes, this work can be uncomfortable at first. Blame and defensiveness are tempting. But this isn't about beating yourself up. It's about waking yourself up. Once you've identified shadow traits, it's time for dialogue. Jung encouraged his patients to engage with their shadow, as if it were a separate personality. Try this. Visualize your shadow sitting across from you. Ask, why do you feel this way? What are you protecting me from? What do you need from me? You can do this through journaling, meditation, or even visualization. The goal is to make your shadow feel seen. Because your shadow isn't your enemy, it's been trying in its own way to protect you. And here's where things get even more powerful. As you integrate your shadow, your relationships begin to shift. Have you ever noticed recurring conflicts with the same person, or similar patterns in different relationships? Jung believed that relationships act as mirrors, reflecting your unconscious back to you. When you stir triggered by someone, ask yourself, what is this revealing about me? That shift from blame to self-awareness creates not only healing but deep connection. But it doesn't stop there. Embracing your shadow also unleashes your creativity and deepens your purpose. Jung believed the shadow isn't just a container for shame. It holds untapped potential. Imagine the energy you've used to suppress your inner truth. Now imagine redirecting that energy into something creative. A buried anger becomes fuel for activism. A hidden desire for attention becomes performance or storytelling. A suppressed sadness becomes poetry or painting. Just look at history's most profound artists and leaders. Their greatest works came from confronting their inner darkness. Someone Frida Kahlo painted her pain. Martin Luther King Jr. turned his anger at injustice into a global movement. They didn't hide from their shadows. They transformed them. Now think about your life. What dreams or creative projects have you buried because they felt too risky or not good enough? What if those were actually messages from your true self, waiting to emerge? As you begin to integrate your shadow, you'll notice a shift. The emotions you once feared become guides. The traits you hid away become tools. And your life begins to align, not with who you pretend to be, but with who you truly are. The shadow. It steps not a flaw to be fixed. It steps a gift, waiting to be unwrapped. It holds the key to your authenticity, your creativity, and ultimately your purpose. But what does it truly mean to embrace your shadow? And how can that act of integration transform not just your inner world, but the way you engage with life itself? To answer that, we must confront a powerful truth. Carl Jung emphasized again and again, we do not become whole by rejecting parts of ourselves. We become whole by uniting them. Wholeness doesn't come from pretending to be all light. It comes from making the darkness conscious. That is the heart of shadow work. C'est selon the law. Not denial, not shame, but understanding, ownership, and transformation. So how do we begin to make the darkness conscious? One profound way is through vulnerability. When you acknowledge your fears, your insecurities, and your flaws out loud, you take away their power to control you. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It sets strength. It sets the courage to say, this is who I am, and I am enough. Think about your relationships. How often do we wear masks, showing only the pieces of ourselves we think will be accepted? It seems natural, but it builds walls. When you embrace your shadow, you give yourself permission to show up fully. You allow others to truly see and truly love you. And that kind of authenticity, it steps magnetic. It deepens connection. It fosters trust. It inspires real, meaningful relationships. But this isn't just about love or friendship. This is about your impact on the world. Because when you stop being at war with yourself, you stop projecting that war outward. Inner peace radiates. It transforms how you face challenges, take risks, create art, and live your purpose. You stop operating from fragmentation. You begin to live from wholeness. Let's look at purpose from this new lens. Many people spend their lives searching for meaning, thinking it's something out there to be found. But Jung taught us something revolutionary. Your purpose is not out there. It steps within you, shadow included. Your purpose isn't just what you do. It steps who you are. It's your strengths, your passions, your struggles. Your pain becomes your power. Someone who's wrestled with unworthiness might find purpose in helping others see their value. Someone who's felt anger at injustice might become a voice for change. Your wounds can become your wisdom. Now here sips the most profound truth of all. Jung believed that shadow work doesn't just transform the individual. It has the power to transform humanity. Why? Because when you confront your own darkness, you become more compassionate, more empathetic, more awake. You realize your pain isn't just yours. It's part of the shared human experience. Imagine a world where more people embrace their shadows, where instead of projecting fear, we owned it. Where instead of hiding our pain, we healed it. Where we saw each other, not as enemies but as mirrors. That steps not just personal growth. That SEP's evolution, that's how we move toward a more conscious, connected, and compassionate world. As we close this journey, I leave you with a challenge. Look within. Not just at what you like about yourself, but at what you seba hidden. Ask yourself, what is my shadow trying to teach me? How can I use its lessons to live more authentically? What steps one step I can take today to begin this journey? This isn't set a one-time fix. It steps a lifelong unfolding. But every step brings you closer to the person you're meant to be, a person of depth, wisdom, and radiant purpose. This is not the end. It steps the beginning of a new chapter, one where you embrace all of who you are and step boldly into the life that's waiting for you. Thank you for walking this path with me. And if this journey has stirred something in you, share your reflections in the comments below. Your story might be the spark that helps someone else start their own healing. What has your shadow revealed to you? What resonated most deeply? What question are you still holding? Let SEPs grow together. And if this message spoke to you, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, so you don't miss the next chapter in this unfolding exploration of the self. Until next time, Tuan, may you find courage, may you find peace, and may you become whole.